Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, this is the Mighty Eskimo, and this is What It Is This Is, and What It Is This Is today is going to be The Walking Dead, one of the best games of last year. I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to review The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which is the worst game of any year ever. So let's get this over with. Now, as far as where we should start, I think we should start at the gameplay, and how horrible it is. First, I think I should say that this game is supposed to be based off of the television series. And in the television series, not that I've seen it, I know I need to, get off my back, okay? But in the television series, from my understanding, it's not really about the zombies per se. It's about the people dealing with other people and finding out people are assholes. I mean, granted, that's an everyday life lesson for anybody. But still, that the people are assholes, and the zombies are just a kind of a thing that makes them more of an asshole than normal. And in this game, it's not really about that. It's about just murdering zombies. Which, again, to my understanding, there isn't a lot of in the series. Like, every once in a while you'll see a zombie and it'll kill your favorite character, and then that's about it. And even those zombies get their own like name, like the legless zombie or the jawless zombie. In this game, you kill about all of the zombies, like a whole civilization's worth of zombies. Technically, you only kill the same 5 zombies 600,000 billion times, but that's just drawing straws. I clipped most of the zombie confrontations together, mainly because that was the most interesting part of this game, was killing the zombies. Though that got boring really fast, but the just running around, going back and forth, there was just so much padding in the game that it was just a 5-hour game. Could have been like an hour and a half long. And I think I would have been happy with that, because I would have been done with this game a hell of a lot faster. Basically, you have to go to point A to point B, and then you just do it again. There is a selection element in the map, like before you travel, you can actually go left or right. But I did go left once, and I hit a radio thingy, and it was like, oh, help me, we're gonna die. And then I finished the level, I couldn't go help him. I'm like, that sucks, I kinda wanna help him. So I restarted. I had to restart the whole thing because there's no chapter select. So I restarted, and I got to that point again, and I chose the right way. And then I went to the right, and everybody was dead. There was nobody there left to leave a radio message. And then I hit to a certain point that they get another radio message saying the guys over at the left is like, oh god, we're dying! And I'm like, oh, okay, so there's no point. No point in your selections. Okay, that's cool. There's no different people to save. Alright, awesome. Let's just keep going, killing zombies! Now let's step back and go back to padding for a second. I actually sped up the video a little bit because I added padding to the video just so you could see the nonsense and the pointlessness of the little side missions you had to do. As you can see in my inventory, I have a shitload of everything. I don't need anything. I don't need ammo, I don't need food, I don't need guns. I have everything. Everything. And these little side missions are basically supposed to just fill up time because you're afraid you're going to run out of gas. Now, I never ran out of gas because I did a couple of these every now and then, but I also don't think they would have stopped me from doing these, because I think if you run out of gas, you would just have to stop and find gas anyways. And apparently, there's a lot of gas cans. Somebody's like Easter egging these gas cans everywhere, because they're just littered across the United States, apparently. Watch this one part. After I kill this zombie and I push this car, I just go on over here. I see you, and bam! I don't know why that makes me laugh so much, but it does. It was just like, oh, innocent little zombie, and I just go and chop off his face. Didn't have to. Yeah, there was really no point to it. Didn't have to avoid her, didn't have to like sneak past her. And I just go and ruin her day. Which actually brings up a really good point. There was supposed to be a little stealth element to this game. I'm supposed to be able to crouch and, like, you know, sneak past them so they don't hear me. but the zombies are so retarded that I could be running at them, like head on, screaming, "I'm the prettiest little princess!" And they wouldn't even fucking care. They wouldn't even hear me. Or they might hear me, but they'd be like, because they're just so retarded. This AI is so retarded. Okay, you know what? Let me paint a picture for you. Okay, so say if there was a zombie, it had a cousin, and those two zombie cousins had sex and made a zombie baby. That zombie cousin baby would be retarded, but this AI is more retarded than that zombie baby cousin. Like, it's really dumb. It's really bad. So, okay, I've talked about the gameplay for about 5 minutes now. And before I let the gameplay thing go, I know that it doesn't show up here on the video, but I just thought I'd get it out of the way. There are segments where the zombie will grapple you, and you'll have to do this little mini game where you stab them in the head, and it's like magnets trying to touch each other. It's like polar opposites. It's really hard. And when you actually do get to stab them, if there is a zombie horde around you, it'll just go in succession from zombie to zombie to zombie to zombie to zombie. And it's not that you will die because of the other zombies are trying to eat you too, because they don't, because they're just hanging out waiting their turn. So you just kind of have to get injured little by little and spend like 60 minutes killing zombie by zombie by zombie. Oh god, it's super frustrating. And then if you die and you have to go in the same area and like have the same situation happen, and then die again, is just maddening beyond all belief. Okay, now that we got most of the gameplay stuff out of the way, let me talk about the sound quality, or lack thereof. Mainly because every gun sounds exactly the same. Every blunt object, or melee weapon I should say, sounds exactly the same. And as far as the music goes, there's like one quote-unquote creepy track that just blares in your face every time you run up against more than one zombie. And then it cuts like immediately right after all the zombies are dead. There's no lingering, there's no like, ooh, is there another one coming around the corner? Or anything like that. And as far as the guns go, it sounds like they only had time in the shooting range to record one gun. So they were like, hey, Frank, we got the pistols done. Should we do shotguns now? No, we ain't got no time. No time? But we only got one gun. It's what you gotta do. We gotta go. We got no time and no money. And then it's like, they're done. They just like, they might have slowed it down or sped it up. They just worked with what they had. Because none of them sound different. And the like running and the blunt objects is basically they were smashing melons, I guess. So bad. And each zombie has one of two voice. The girl or the guy voice. And I think just to mix it up a little bit, they switched those up. So sometimes the guy voice would be the girl. And, you know, trying to add a little spice or variety into this mix. It didn't work, but they tried. That's how this whole game feels, is that they tried. Not that they tried hard. You remember when your dad was like, you better try harder. And it's like, but I tried. And it's like, no, that doesn't count, because that sucked. And then you tried better, and then you did better. Like, they were the kid, and they had no dad to be like, no, stop being crap. Do it better. So, I mean, that's how this whole game is feeling so far, or felt this far. So moving on, we'll talk about the graphics a little bit. Now, I know in my other reviews I've said that graphics aren't that big of a deal anymore, as long as you can keep them up to par. Well, this game just missed that par, like, by several strokes. I mean, it's like a guy with no arms playing golf or something like that. That's how many strokes these guys are under par. It's like they took shit and they put it in those Play-Doh machines. You know, those ones that you would squeeze out spaghetti or moons or stars or whatever. It's like they took a plate of that concoction and they threw it up against the wall. And that's what they modeled their graphics after. Because everything looks horrendous in this. I don't know even how you can do that. It's like they really tried to not make this look good. But anyways, what would you expect from a game that I've been bashing on for almost 10 minutes now? So let's see. I give it a F- for failing horribly, failing beyond failing. I give it a 1 because I guess it's classified as a game technically. And then I give it a non-recommendation. Don't rent it. Don't buy it. Don't borrow it from that stupid guy next door who bought it because he thought it was going to be cool. Just don't get it. I'd like to thank you for sticking with me this far. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed ranting about it. Like and subscribe, please. It always helps me out. Wanted to give a shout out to my friend, the Red One, mainly because he tuned me into these new mics, and these mics are pretty awesome. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Vicious Monkey. Pretty cool guy, does pretty cool videos. You should go check him out. Now, if you've been sitting there playing with yourself instead of listening to me this whole time, I want to let you know that I'm going to spoil the ending for you here at the end of this video, so you don't have to play this game. You can just watch the video. That's the ending of the game. The rest of the story does not matter. I promise you. Just watch the ending of this game, and then it'll be like you have played it. So you don't have to waste your money. Thank you, and good night.
Change the plan! Get in here!
Mo, come on, get in the helicopter. There's plenty of room.
Nah, I pass. This ain't a ride we want to take.
Damn.
Prepare for dust storm. Hang on, people.
Hey, what the hell you think you're doing, huh? You dumb son of a bitch. Military doesn't give a shit about you no more. We could have been out of this mess forever.
Lucky for you, I got an eagle eye. It's this one. Didn't you see the bite on that whirlybird pilot? Hell, he was more than halfway turned already. You know I got your back.
Yeah, I know.
Hell, I'm the only man you could ever count on.